Hola, this is Omar, and now you are listening to the Rest Podcast. So today, I want to share something with you about the concept of Shabbat. You know, the 7th day that God told the Israelites to keep holy unto Him after they left Egypt, in which they don't work and they just really cease from working. So God frees these people from the land of Egypt, commands them to rest from working, and you think this should make them excited because they've been slaves all their whole lives, but they will have none of that. They still go ahead to break that law, go out to look for food, and on the day that God says rest, they went to look for manna. Now that sounds a lot like you and I. Okay, let me know, I accuse you. It sounds a lot like me, because it sounds a lot like something I would do, because a lot of times we, like the Israelites, God had the idea of resting because our world is speed-shaped, and I always used to think like I have to be working, I just have to be doing something per time, motion is productivity, and I was like buying into that idea, and I was always working, always tired, and always exhausted because I'm always doing something. And what does that sound like? Yes. Slavery. Exactly. The slave's language is I cannot, I have to, I must do. And that is not the language of freedom. And scriptures say that it is for freedom that God has set us free. So it's definitely that God does not want us to slave to schedules dictated by a world, or to be slaves to our calendars and things we have to do. Listen, you're not even meant to do everything, beloved. And even Jesus recognized this. That's why he said he only did what he saw the Father doing. You don't have to do it all, whatever your name is. Okay? And by the way, your value is not in what you do, but in who you are, as if you could even ever do enough. So why place your value on the things that you can do? And that is why the Holy Ghost is working ceaselessly in your life to make you bear fruits. Do you understand? Because it is beyond what we do, but who we are becoming. And we know that our predestination as Christians is Christ, but that's a topic for another day. So honestly, if you dig deeper, you will even see that the reasons why we don't stop for working and why we are ceaselessly working sometimes is fear. And you know by now, because scriptures have said this continuously, fear is never from God. Let us settle with that one. If it is fear, it is not God. So we're afraid of missing out, of not looking enough, of not looking like we're serious, or we're trying to please people, or feel like someone is going to come and take my share if I don't work, or something like that. And if the only thing you continuously feel while you ceaselessly work is fear and pressure, then it is not God. Because God could not have set you free to come and make you a slave again. So the primary purpose of the Shabbat is to really diminish your devotion to all other suitors and keep your allegiance to God. Because if you're too busy to serve God, then you're busier than He wants you to be. Is that not why He told Moses to tell Pharaoh to let his people go? It was not so that they could go and chill in the land of Canaan, drinking milk and honey from morning to night. No, He said, let my people go so they can serve me. And that is it. That is God's message to you this evening. If you are too busy to serve God, you are busier than He wants you to be. So take time to revisit your schedules and check out the things that have kept you ceaselessly working. Take time to pause, reflect, rest, and make sure that your devotion to God is undivided. So I pray for everyone who listens to this podcast, and I know and trust that the Holy Ghost will help you to see the subtle ways that the enemy has used to rip you off of God's rest for you and God's plan for your ideal state of mind. So have a lovely evening, and never forget that I am rooting and praying for you. Bye.